Hey everybody, one of Wisdom here. It is exactly 2 a.m. Well, now it's 2:01. Not that it matters. In the morning here, Sunday night, Monday morning, May 20th. If you recall, well, I guess you probably won't see this for a while, but Sunday, May 19th, that was basically the big release day for Ninjini. Scarlet Ninjini, that is, if you will. Target, that was their date. Toys R Us, similar story. GameStop, you'd been able to get her over a week in my area. Most people at least, mid-week this past week. Walmart's holding out until Tuesday. I got mine at Best Buy, a store I am not fond of. It was a deal I was able to reserve her Friday night at like 3 in the morning. Again, for everyone that says, nothing good happens after midnight, there you go. But there were actually better deals. I mean, at the time, I didn't know it was going to be buy two, get one free at Target or 60% off when you buy one at, TRU. But bottom line is, there was actually stock at 3 in the morning at my local store. They kind of set it up specifically for the in-store reservation. In other words, they didn't want to ship them from their warehouse. But I took advantage of that. She was on sale, $12.99. That was a pleasant surprise. Usually you don't see that just right upon the initial release. But early this morning, got some more links added, and then late tonight I added even more. She is now live on Target.com, GameStop.com. Again, everything is on the blog there for you, but the main reason I went ahead and stuck to what I had reserved at Best Buy, simple fact, I didn't think I'd be able to get her at Target or Toys R Us. If you followed SSA this or just the unboxings in general, I don't do crowds. I don't stand outside stores. There is nothing, and I repeat, nothing that is worth me going and standing outside a retail store for hours before they're open. They can either do a better job of stocking. It's usually the store's fault. I know everyone likes to blame the distribution patterns and everything from the manufacturer, but it's usually the store. If you're only going to have 6 Scarlet Ninjinis at the store, you probably don't need your national sales circular to go out in every region that says you need to come and get the brand new thing. It's just going to create ill will amongst the people, because there's going to be a lot more than 6 people that want that particular item. It's kind of like when a video game launches, they can somehow get that right, but if you're not able to do that, then you don't need to A, promote it like crazy, or B, you just need to wait and set it up a little better. I'll quit rambling though, none of that really matters. I did enough of that in the unboxing, but that's what we're actually going to do. I've got Ninjini here. If you recall, we fully upgraded her in part 128. It's kind of going to be weird. This is part 135, where I'm going to introduce Scarlet, and then she's going to be upgraded in part 129, but I kind of knew that would happen. I just felt like leaving that slot for when the giant upgrades go up, it would just be smooth. And I actually knew she was coming, so there she is. We're going to actually pull Ninjini now, and we're going to throw brand new in-game variant Scarlet Ninjini on.
Any last wishes?
Looks really good there too. Alright, so she's starting out the same 410. Level 1, no money, so nothing like a chase variant or anything. Glow-in-the-dark cinder level 5, 2500 or 22 or whatever she came with. Just go ahead. Here's her base attack, the Wish Blades. Actually, as you can see there, her swords are gold, just like in the figure. If you recall, that was my justification for taking regular Ninjini down Ancient Djinn or Jinn Magic, and then we're actually going to take Scarlet down Swords of Might, and that way, even if the swords change, they were gold to begin with, I'll feel better about it. It's the little things in life. Her secondary attack, she goes into the bottle, she can hop around, kind of has some armor, and there you go. But what I am interested in most is her stats. We're gonna come in and take a look at those real quick.
Impressive powers.
Alright, so okay, I think there is a discrepancy here. I'm thinking she is going to be statistically superior. Well, maybe not. Okay, the health is the same. Speed was 60. Okay, yeah, she is. So just like we saw with Molten Hot Dog and Jade, had slightly better stats. Scarlet Ninjini armor is 54. Regular Ninjini begins at 48. The reason I didn't show that to you, I've done quite a few heroics with her, so it would have skewed it. And then the critical hit. This is Scarlet Ninjini. She's sitting at 90 box stock. And box stock Ninjini actually came in at 80. So I'm going to jot this down so I can add it to the blog. We have plus 6 armor, 48 to 54, and then plus 10 critical hit, 80 to 90. So let me ramble on as I continue to pin that up. Alright, got that taken care of. So speed's the same, elemental power, again that's, you know, right now based on the other characters we have from the element. But plus 6 on the armor, 48 to 54, critical hit 80 to 90, plus 10 margin there. Definitely not going to argue with that, and makes her, again, like I said, slightly better overall. And the real irony here is there's going to be quite a few people that are actually going to wind up with Scarlet before they actually land regular Ninjini. Again, I'll try not to dwell too much on that stuff. Looks really good. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at her upgrades here. Again, showcase Wishblades to you. Press A to swing dual swords for hacking and slashing enemies. Bottle Blast. Press B to hide inside the bottle. Press B again to blast out any magical explosion. Her first purchased upgrade is Surrealistic Spheres. Press Z to summon magical orbs and cast them towards enemies. Second purchased upgrade is Abracadabra. Wishblades do increased damage. Third is called Juggling Act. Hold Z to summon 4 magical orbs and damage multiple enemies. Again, she kind of casts those at a angle from herself. And then last purchased upgrade is Bottle Rockets. While inside the bottle, press A to launch rockets. Again, with regular Ninjini, we did Ancient Djinn Magic. It begins with Super Surrealistic Spheres. Magical orbs do more damage and affect a greater area. Let's follow that up with Ultimate Bottle Rockets. Bottle Rockets launch faster, do more damage, and affect a greater area. And then, buy a better bottle. Bottle is stronger and moves faster. That's actually a pretty noticeable difference when you actually take that path. However, this is Scarlet Ninjini. I know the box art doesn't lead you to believe that, but it is. We're going to take her down Swords and Might. That's currently winning the blog poll by a considerable margin. It begins with Wishblade combos. AAB for Fling Blade and AAZ for Enchanted Blade. Follows that up with Wishblade Explosion. Hold A to charge up the sword into an explosive blast. Again, kind of reminiscent of what we see with Igniter or Chop Chop. And lastly, Ultimate Wishblade. Wishblades do maximum damage, and that's the point where they actually turn gold. And that was my justification for having Scarlet. Looks like she kind of gets like a little upgraded card there as well. All three of these address the swords. You get the combos, the explosion, the charge, and then just max damage. Follow that up with her Soul Gem, which is actually really cool. I still haven't tried it out on enemies, but it certainly looks neat. It's called Dazzling Enchantment. While inside the bottle, hold Z to put enemies into a trance. You can find the Soul Gem in Chaos's Castle. It's probably going to get repetitive because what I plan to do after taking her through her heroic challenge, I'm actually going to come back in, get the money, and then record part 129 where we upgrade her. I have to say, she looks really good. I mentioned in the unboxing it was weird. I recorded it at like 3, and the strange part about that, it was 3 in the afternoon. If you follow anything I do, it's almost always, 11 p.m. and later type stuff. So I had an issue when I flipped the lights. You know, I like to show people what the light up characters look like on the Portal of Power there on the pool table, and I actually had natural light coming in, kind of not giving us the look we wanted. What I did right before recording this, I actually took some pictures of Scarlet and Ninjini, both on the portal. A couple of them turned out really good. I'm gonna get those. I've already edited them. I'm gonna get them up on the blog after I record this stuff. But, in game, she looks just as good. Right now on the portal, I'll just go ahead and cap this for you. Her skin does look different on the figures more so than in the game, but down there, her lower genie region, I really don't know what to call it, the cloud area, it's kind of got like an amber color behind it. Coming up, her face lights up and the eyes are that same piercing white. I've showcased it with Ninjini, you know, where you can like see the light coming through her ironically kind of red hair. Scarlet sort of has hair like Stealth Elf. I don't know if the lighting is just weaker in this one, or if the paint is just that much darker that it doesn't transmit any light through, but you know, it does. I mean, she looks really good on the portal, and as you can see here, I think she looks good in the game. Bottle is a little different, and they actually did a great job getting her to match up with the figure.
Now that you took out
we're going to go in
are
and
you ready to
tackle her heroic. Trying to think of what it is. I think oh, it's the trolls and the sheep. I've only played it with a few characters. There we go. Woolly Bullies. Find the trolls and sheep clothing. This one's actually a lot of fun in my opinion. Kind of unique and unexpected. +5 critical hit. Again, it's really Ninjini is the reason that I held out not recording the heroic challenges or upgrading characters ahead of time. You know, based on what we saw with like Double Trouble and Drobot last time, I didn't want to get to a point where I had like this massive fleet of Series 2s, Newlanders, and Giants fully upgraded going through heroic challenges, and then I got one there at the end that I like couldn't get through because they were too upgraded or something. You know, basically make your life a nightmare type deal. I know you can reset. I don't like to do that. It just basically makes all the time you invested obsolete. But the good news is there really weren't any. The bad news is I didn't know that until they all came out. So, but on the bright side, this one is pretty fun. Box stock, her swords have a very I'm trying to think of the right way to word this, like respectable range. It's not like just close quarters. And since she's swinging too, and she's a giant, she covers a great deal of area here in the game. So some of the challenges, you know, a lot of people always say they have trouble with zaps. I really don't. It's one of those deals, even if I break a lot of aces, there's so much time I can usually get through it okay. Double troubles is really, for me, the biggest problem in terms of running out of time. The cool thing is for the Giants, you can break that one in the, you know, right hand corner. It's +90, so as long as you don't accidentally hack a painting or something, if you can just get to that point, you pretty well got it covered. But issue you have with Ninjini in this case is, I mean, the swords cover so much of an area. You almost have to take a strategy where you back off as far from the enemy that's near a painting as you can, and then hope that you hit them and not the painting, and kind of a trial and error until you kind of pick up the distance. But definitely she is someone you want to take through challenges like that, box stock. The reason I say that is it'll just save you time, you know. Whereas if you do the first 4 upgrades or something, it might become a complete pain for you, and you'll probably eventually get it. But the moral of the story is you could have saved time if you did it box stock. So again, that's kind of my logic for not upgrading people. I know that's what most people do. They get a character and it's just instant upgrade time. I'm kind of methodical, and based on what we saw last time, I didn't want to take a gamble. So this one is fun though. We're going to go ahead and take it out. I think I've only played it like 2 or 3 times. Maybe actually just twice. I can't remember who it was I took
A gang
through
of
it.
trolls has been stealing wool, and to disguise themselves, they wear some pretty convincing sheep costumes. Your mission is to find these trolls in sheep's clothing and take them out. In fact, you might just want to get every sheep you see, just in case.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, so once again, the anti-sheep rhetoric in Skylanders. Oh, I was gonna say there are more mines. I think we should have plenty of time to get this thing, so I'll just kind of mess around a little bit. But you can kind of see just the range already. What
You lowered a
oh,
gate.
okay. I guess I wasn't paying much attention. I was just kind of enjoying looking at Scarlet, you know. Anyway, you can usually spot the trolls, you know. It's like Callie said, if in doubt, just bust them.
Imposter.
The good thing is there's monster gates, and that's going to keep you from, like, say, skipping one. You know, you won't be able to advance because of the monster gate. So, she deals about 20 per box stock, it's looking like. So there's a plus 30 right there.
You lowered a gate.
Times like these, I kind of miss Hugo. I know he'd do something like more convincing than you might want to get all the sheep. Just tell you to kill all the sheep, and they had AIDS or something. I don't know.
You're halfway there.
Was that a rocket or something? Oh, they're sheep. Okay. I don't know. I guess I've never noticed that before. My A button's doing that thing again where it kind of locks down. Like I said, the good thing, you know, you actually, it looks like a troll. I guess, oh, it was. So you tell me how a troll could be there and it says area cleared. And I think we went from 14 to 16, which I don't quite understand. This one you've got to go through the loop here. Warp Whomper is one of the quests. You've actually got to kill an enemy within 10 seconds of taking a teleport. It's really not that hard.
One more to go. 1 minute remaining. Heroic challenge complete. Excellent job.
There we go. That wasn't pretty, I just kind of slashed and hacked through it, but Ninjini would have gone from 80 to 85. Since this is Scarlet,
That
she
was
goes from 90 to
seriously fun to
95.
watch.
Always a nice touch to
Congratulations.
be plus 2. Alright, we will not play another heroic challenger right now. Actually, after I end this, I'm probably going to take her through Drobot and Double Trouble, and then get money, then upgrade. So, let's see here. Really not a good place to do this. I'll stand right here by Ermit, and we'll see if we can clear out that corner. Okay, not quite, but I mean, you get the idea. She has pretty impressive range. It's not a projectile, but I mean, when you've got that, you know, large of an area, it's pretty nice. There's really not much we can do with the bottle right now.
Surprise!
Just kind of run into stuff and load up, you know. If you noted in that challenge, I basically just hacked and slashed him with, you know, wishblades. That's what most people do, and that's probably why the majority of people take and prefer Swords of Might. But I actually think the little bottle one would be pretty fun. You can kind of, it's not as simple as this one where you can just press the A button and do max damage when you upgrade her on Swords of Might, but it's one of those ones if you want a little bit more strategy or different gameplay, etc. You can kind of play around and get that taken care of. But that is it, I guess. I am, like I said, I'll backtrack from part 135 here to part 129 where I fully upgrade Scarlet. She looks really good. Again, she's available now. I just, right before I recorded, I had a tweet from Daphne. She said some of the stores were backing out and trying to say they'd release her Tuesday. Again, why is beyond me. I mean, the stuff wasn't street dated or anything. That's something the stores did. I know that's what Walmart's doing, so I assume Sam's Club's probably the same way. GameStop's been selling her. They don't have any issues. Target and Toys R Us, I don't know what they could be pulling since they advertised her as Sunday. Anyway, I mean, I guess really, since I have her, it's not too big of an issue, but I do my best to kind of stay on top of stuff when it's new, help as many people out as I can, land her for retail or less, not scalper prices. That's kind of the ultimate goal. But gotta say, I do enjoy Ninjini. Yeah, I kind of felt like she was overhyped. Again, I know that surrounds her releases. In particular, she's the last new character, the last new giant, and everything, and then Scarlet was coming and everything. But you know, now that that's kind of over and done with, I do actually, you know, like her. I think she's a lot of fun to play with. But it's one of those things. Sometimes when stuff gets popular, you know, I kind of don't take a liking to it. That's just me, you know. Or like if you've had a band you like for forever, and then all of a sudden they become popular and everyone talks about them, and you're like, you know, what the heck? And then the band kind of changes because they're popular now, and everybody loves them, and you're like, it was better when they weren't famous, you know, type situation. That probably doesn't make any sense. I'm kind of tired, but hopefully running through the heroics and then getting the money won't put me to sleep. It's the money that's tedious, but that second wheel of wealth works out pretty well. So that's that though. This is part 135. Introduced Scarlet Ninjini. We checked out her stats. Took her through her heroic challenge, +5 critical hit on that. Showcased her base powers, looked at her upgrades, which we'll probably do here again shortly. But I try to keep the videos intact for you. So again, the big news here on Scarlet Ninjini in-game variant: +6 armor and +10 critical hit over regular Ninjini. So that's cool. Hopefully you've got her either already or you landed her today like myself. Technically I could have gone Saturday and picked her up. It's just I had something else I was going to do in town, you know, today, so I just knocked it out in, you know, one trip. Plus I was busy with the Royal Double Trouble stuff and, you know, the Castaways, Newlanders, everything like that. Speaking of which, by the time you see this, we should still be in Castaways, Newlanders, but usually on the blog, right-hand sidebar, just below the Twitter feed, there's going to be polls right now. There's Giant and Newlander Upgrade Pass in addition to the Castaways versus Newlanders. Be sure to check that out. Vote. Only takes a few seconds. Every vote matters. Here lately in Castaways Newlanders, we've been having multiple battles decided by like 2 to 3 votes apiece. So your vote can potentially swing things, make it go in favor of your favorite character or the one in the matchup that you dislike the least, whatever floats your boat. And as always, you can find the most information there. Like I said, I've pretty well got Scarlet Ninjini, you know, got the book written on her with all the links and everything. So if you see this, you still haven't found her, check the blog out. You can search for it on the blog or through Google, whatever works for you. But got all the links, you know, GameStop, Target. Soon as Amazon has a solid one that doesn't go, like right now there's 3 of them last I checked, and they go for like 34, 41, and I don't know, 50 something. But once they finally release her, you know, I could link to one of those and it can wind up being an Amazon one. But at the same time, some of them get deleted when they sell out. So once they've actually released her at their set price, even when it sells out and it like wants you to buy from the scalper for 35 or whatever, as soon as she comes back in, it'll come up on that link. So that's why I haven't linked to Amazon yet. They haven't, at least last I checked earlier today, hadn't done it. But bottom line, as soon as they do, I'll keep you posted. Like I said, she is neat. It's an in-game variant, but pay $15 for it. Don't go out and spend 65 or 75 or something crazy. Just be patient, and it's nothing you have to have. You can live without it. But if you are gonna get her, be smart. Try to catch a sale. Just bottom line, keep your money. That $50 you spend on Scarlet, that would get you a lot of Skylanders on a sale or another game or something. Gas, food, rent, all sorts of stuff you could put better use to. So that's what I kind of try to advocate. Again, I'm going to quit rambling. I'm ready to go take her through some more heroics here. But questions, comments you can ask here on YouTube. Quickest response, I suggest you use the blog, oneofwisdom.blogspot.com. There will be a link straight to this post at the top of the video description box. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, part 135 here, introduce Scarlet Ninjini, and even though it's out of order, next recording will be part 129, and we're actually going to fully upgrade Scarlet, take her down Swords and Might, so be sure to check that out. In the event that you've already seen that and then you see this, congratulations. Crazy things happen sometimes in the world of Skylands, so take it as it comes, make the most of it. And again, hopefully you've landed Scarlet. If not, be patient. Don't rip yourself off. It's not worth it. But nonetheless, I'm going to go have some fun, take her through some heroics, upgrade her so we can check out Swords and Might, see what kind of trouble we can get into with that. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here shortly.